Ready to go? All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the special meeting for Taber Town Council, February 23rd, 2021. Call the special meeting to order and ask for adoption of the agenda as presented, please. Councillor Beckering.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move the agenda as presented.
Motion on the table. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Now we have the MD of Taber online as well. Al? They'll be going through the same process.
No, I haven't had any questions.
So I will also call the public hearing to order. And we are just waiting on the MD of Taber to call the public hearing to order as well. And for the record, MD of Taber, Reeve Harris, will be chairing the public hearing meeting.
Can the town of Taber, I'm just testing to see if the town of Taber can hear us and if they can speak to us as well.
Turn it up.
I can hardly hear.
You need to turn it up a little.
We can barely hear you, Reeve Harris. Can you try that again?
The host would like you to unmute your microphone. You can press *6 to unmute. You are unmuted.
Town of Taber hear us?
All right, that's much better, Reeve Harris. Yes, thank you. So we have called our special meeting to order, and we have opened the public hearing for the town of Taber as well, indicating that yourself, Reeve Harris, will be chairing the joint public hearing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. We will welcome everybody to the joint public hearing between the MD of Taber and the town of Taber for the intermunicipal development plan. To begin with, on our side, we need a motion to enter the public hearing from our regular council meeting.
I can give you the motion to enter into the public hearing.
Okay, Councillor Mianaga gives us a motion to enter a public hearing. All in favor? In favor.
In favor.
And on the town side, you've already done that, Mayor Prokop?
Yes, we have, Reeve Harris. Thank you.
Okay. Just for the benefit of anybody that's online, we would like to have everybody that's on the town side, that's the town council and your administration who is on the public hearing to introduce themselves.
All right, thank you. I will start that then. Mayor Andrew Prokop, town of Taber.
Councillor Garth Beckering, Town of Taber.
Councillor Joe Stravis, Town of Taber.
Councillor Mark Garner, Town of Taber.
John Ottawa, Interim CEO.
Phyllis Monks, Director of Planning and Economic Development.
And Gary Shear, Interim CEO.
Rand here, Administrative Assistant, Town of Taber.
All right, thank you.
Parley First, Councillor, Town of Taber.
Okay. And we'll start over here with Councillor Croson.
Councillor Croson, MD of Taber.
Councillor Howard Levitt.
It could be arranged.
Try that again.
Levitt Howard, Councillor, MD of Taber.
Councillor John Tricato, MD of Taber. Councillor Harris, MD of Tabor.
Brian Bruin, MD Tabor.
Councillor Reynolds, MD of Tabor.
Councillor Tamara Mianega, MD of Tabor.
Arliss Croft, CAO, MD of Tabor.
Bonnie Bruner, Planning Advisor, MD of Tabor.
Brian Piers, MD of Tabor.
Lace Lutz, MD of Tabor.
And we also have Joanne Broch with the MD of Tabor online.
Okay. It appears that we only have one person online with us at this moment, and that if you just introduce yourself very quickly.
Rob Canamata.
Okay, thank you, and that's the only one that I see that's online at this point in time. For anyone that is online, we only have one at this time. If you're interested in speaking, please click the raise hand icon, and we'll acknowledge you and allow you to speak. Also, please keep your devices on mute until you want to speak so that we get very little feedback. At this point in time, we're going to turn some time over to Bonnie Bruner, planner for the MD of Tabor, to read the purpose of the bylaw and outline the details of the bylaw.
Thank you, Reeve. Today, the public hearing is to consider bylaw number 1966, which is the MD of Tabor bylaw, and bylaw 12-2020, which is the town bylaw for the MD and Town of Tabor intermunicipal development plan. The purpose of the plan is to adopt an intermunicipal development plan which will foster ongoing cooperation, collaboration, coordination, and communication regarding planning matters and issues of mutual interest through policy applicable within the agreed upon intermunicipal development plan boundary. I'll just give a quick overview of the plan itself and then turn it over to you for any questions. As you know, the MD and the town have long recognized the importance of intermunicipal development planning, and they've maintained an IDP in various forms dating back to 1994. Until recently, IDPs between municipalities were encouraged but not required. Now, in accordance with the MGA, unless otherwise mutually agreed upon, neighboring municipalities that are not part of a growth region are required to adopt an IDP by April 1st, 2020, addressing the matters in the MGA. While the MD and the town currently do have an IDP in place, there would have been significant amendment required to comply with the new MGA, so a new plan was prepared instead. Preparation of the plan was funded through a grant from the province, with the project formally commencing in February of 2019. The proposed IDP is intended to serve as a planning tool, providing guidance to decision makers, developers, and landowners through the agreed upon planning policies. This IDP will serve as a good foundation for the two municipalities to manage intermunicipal planning matters and provide guidance for future IDP collaboration and coordination. The guiding principles of the plan include a long-range planning horizon that enhance and promote consistent decision-making for the benefit of both municipalities. It will also enhance opportunities for cooperation, collaboration, and communication. It also recognizes and respects growth and development opportunities from both municipalities, balances municipal interests, and supports mutually beneficial outcomes. Also ensures that the plan is adaptable to allow consideration of changing needs, evolving relationships, and uncertainties. The IDP applies to all land within the defined plan area, which encompasses the area quarter mile into the town boundary and then extends between 1/2 mile to 2 miles in all directions into the MD of Tabor. The plan itself is divided into two planning areas. We have planning area A, which is the core planning area, within which the interconnections between the two municipalities are of primary interest. The most significant component of this planning area A is our land use strategy, which is defined on map 2 of the plan, page 46 of the council agenda. And this establishes the policies for future land use, subdivision development, and urban expansion. Policy Area A is to the west of town, and that's been identified as possibly suitable for future additional group country residential, light industrial, and business uses. Policy Areas 2 and 2A to the south are possibly suitable for future highway commercial, large-scale commercial, and other business and light industry. The area immediately to the south of town is Policy Area 3 and 3A, and that's been identified as a potential future urban growth area for the town. Policy Area 4 to the north and to the east are potential industrial nodes. Policy Area 5 is the public recreation area, and then Policy Area 6 is an area that's defined for future land use on a case-by-case basis. Planning Area B is the remainder of the plan area, and that's primarily a referral area. The MD and Tabor and Airport and the Town of Tabor wastewater facilities are also identified as areas of mutual interest. The remainder of the plan addresses the agreed upon policies relating to natural and built environment, and that includes the natural and historic resources, stormwater management, utilities and servicing, transportation, highway entrances, and intermunicipal coordination and collaboration. We also have components that are required under the MGA for administration and implementation of the plan, as well as dispute resolution. Our public consultation involved distributing informational brochures to affected landowners. We also undertook an open house this past fall and submitted the plan to different review agencies in the summer of 2020. Based on that comment received from review agencies, through the public consultation process, we are recommending minor amendments that are included in the IDP public hearing memo, and those briefly include acknowledging the endorsement of the Highway 3 functional planning study by transportation, also some minor stormwater management amendments that identify that applicants may need to get other approvals other than Water Act approvals from Alberta Transportation, irrigation districts, or any other applicable departments. Also, a new policy with respect to irrigation districts that developers should consult with the irrigation district early in the planning project stages so that they can ensure appropriate and compatible design. And there's also some minor amendments to deal with some technical, typographical, and clerical errors, including some numbering, and also an updated Map 5 that reflects the town's recently adopted land use bylaw districts. With respect to notification for this joint public hearing, was notified in, persons were notified through the Tabor Times. Also, all landowners within the plan area in the MD of Tabor received mail-out notices, and we also contacted all applicable review agencies by email, and the notice was also posted on the municipal websites. To date, we haven't received any written comments or concerns from the public. We did receive some comments from review agencies, particularly ATCO Pipelines, who reiterated their original comments from this past fall, and then comments from Alberta Transportation acknowledging the incorporation of their original comments and finding that the document reflects sound planning principles and development strategies. Based on this information, we would like to, the planning department from the MD of Tabor and the town of Tabor would like to recommend consideration for councils to adopt the IDP with the amendments proposed above, of course, pending any public comment that's provided today and discussion between council. And that was a super quick overview. It's hard to summarize that comprehensive plan in about 5 minutes. So there was the Coles Note version. Yeah.
The Coles Note version of many, many months and years of work to get it to this point. Okay. Is there any comments from anybody that would like to speak in support of the bylaw? Anybody, any comments from those who might be on the IMDP committee with regards to the final document?
Councillor Beckering.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Reeve Harris. Councillor Beckering here. I sit on the Intermunicipal Planning Committee, of course, and we've had some really good discussions over the last year plus. Some differences of opinion, but we came to a collaborative conclusion. And the underpinnings, of course, of this that holds this whole plan up is the cooperation, collaboration, coordination, communication. That's all needs to be said. I think Job well done by both planning departments, and let's move ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Becker. Any other comments or from those in support of the bylaw?
This is Councillor Mianega. Also, as a member of the IDP committee, a great deal of work was done on this document to ensure that it is a guiding document for the future so that both municipalities know and the residents are aware of what expectations are in those policy areas that are presented. And there has been a great deal of back and forth work by the members of the committee and particularly our planning departments, and they have done a good job to find a place where we can move forward with this document.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments in support of the bylaw? Not hearing any, we would open up the floor for those who might be opposing the bylaw. Okay, is there any questions from any council member regarding the proposed bylaw and whether you're in favor or opposed to the bylaw? Okay. Anybody online wish to speak in favor or against the bylaw? Okay, I hear none. So if there's no more questions from anyone, I think we have, do we have from our council and from Taber Town Council, do you have enough information to close the public hearing and proceed with second and third readings of the bylaw later today?
Yes, I believe we do, Reeve Harris. I don't believe there's any other questions forthcoming from our council at the moment.
Okay. Well, go ahead. We have one here.
No, not a question. Just want to ensure that the person online who may not be on a Zoom format, they might not have the ability to unmute. I want to just ensure everyone who's on the phone or Zoom has an opportunity.
No, I can unmute. I'm good.
Okay, thanks, Rob. No questions or concerns?
No.
Okay. All right, well, when we've had our presentation, the opportunity to ask questions and make comments in support or opposition to the bylaw, I think we should thank Phyllis Monks and her staff at the Town of Taber, Bonnie Bruner and the staff at the MD of Taber, the IMDP committee members, a lot of, as Councillor Beckering mentioned, lots of dialogue over the past couple of years to get this document to the stage that it is. So I want to thank all of you for your work in getting this IMDP, Intermunicipal Development Plan, done. And with that, if there's no more comments or questions, we would need a motion on we'll do our side first to close the public hearing. We need a motion to close the public hearing, and then we would ask the town to do the same thing once we have done it. Anybody prepared to make a motion to close the public hearing?
I can give you a motion to close the public hearing.
All in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
Okay, and we'll ask the town council to do the same thing. Motion to close the public hearing.
All right. Thank you, Reeve Harris, and just like to thank the MD of Taber and all participating in today's hearing for all your assistance and everybody's input today as well. So with that, I would ask for a motion to close the public hearing. Councillor Stravas?
Yes, Your Worship. Do you need the recommended motion to council accepts the input at the public hearing for information first?
I just believe to close the hearing. That's all.
Just to close the meeting, you don't need.
Correct.
Okay. All right, then I'll make the motion that we close the public hearing then.
All right. Thank you. Motion on the table. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you.
In favor.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, have a good day,
Thank
guys.
you.
Yep.
And I would also officially ask for motion to close the special meeting. Councillor Garner.
I make a motion to close the special meeting.
Motion on the table. All in favor?
In favor.
Carried now. Great. Thank you, everyone.